did you know there's a restaurant themed to one of the most popular rides in the Magic Kingdom, and it probably is the best food in the park? Let's go check it out. It's going to be a boatload of fun. That's not the last bad joke you'll hear in this video. For today's dining review, we are headed into the Jungle Navigation Co. Ltd. Skipper Canteen, world famous jungle cuisine, usually just referred to as Skipper Canteen. This is, of course, a Jungle Cruise themed restaurant here in Adventureland, and it features literally some of the best food in Magic Kingdom, and it's very easy to get a reservation here. It makes no sense to me. Plus, the inside is full of tons of different jokes, Easter eggs. A skipper's gonna be your server. Sounds like a dream come true. And if that wasn't enough, there's a secret menu. So, come on. Hello, how are you?
We're dining in the mess hall, my friend.
Okay. Let's start things off by taking a look at the drink menu. Of course, they've got, soda, juice, tea, coffee. But because you're at a sit-down restaurant, you can order an alcoholic beverage. This is the only way to get alcohol in the Magic Kingdom is to go to a sit-down restaurant. They have a few specialty cocktails. There's a shandy, as well as a couple sangrias. Then they've got some beers, including some on draft. Spoiler alert, you're going to see one of those in a few minutes. And then they have a variety of wines as well. They used to do some secret menu sangrias, but those are not on the secret menu anymore. The sangrias are right there for you if you choose to. So if you'd like an adult beverage with your meal, go for it. So one reason that the Skipper Canteen is probably not as popular as other restaurants here is some people aren't sure about the cuisine because it's adventurous, you could say, in the sense that it is African, South American, Asian kind of fusion with American food. So some people aren't sure if they're going to like that, or it's not a palate everyone's familiar with, but I promise the food's great. Looking at the appetizers, you've got a fried rice, a salad, a Falls Family falafel. You're going to hear lots of Jungle Cruise references. The lost and found soup, just whatever, they found that day. You've got, I want to call them cachapas, which are like corn pancakes with some delicious things on top, but I actually ordered a secret menu appetizer that you might not know about. For the entrees, they have Senegal Sal's short rib. They recognize that as one of the Jungle Cruise boat names, so they've got a short rib. They've got a hanger steak, also named after one of the boats. Tastes like chicken because it is. If you know the hilarious chicken sign in the Jungle Cruise queue, that's what that joke is after. The curried vegetable cruise stew, a favorite of the crew especially stew, which, gosh, it's so good. The hearty har char pork, sustainable fish, which is, quote, not piranha, important explanation there, as well as the Perkins Thai noodles. So again, it's a little bit more adventurous than you might expect at a Magic Kingdom restaurant. It's definitely far away from burgers and chicken nuggets. And I do want to point out the Perkins Thai noodles are a plant-based option, or you can add chicken to, of course, make them not plant-based. Got some desserts as well, a coconut bar, a lime delight panna cotta, and the Kungaloosh, which is a dessert, which is a chocolate cake. So got a couple of different things. I'm excited to dig in.
I don't know what that fish did to earn his stripes, but
it's a striped bass that earned his stripes. Okay.
So there's that for you.
Okay.
It's on a new set. We just recently changed that. I think this one is better. It has a little butter in the broth.
First things first, I said a beer would appear, and one did, as if by magic, except for a skipper brought it to me. This is the Kungaloosh Excursion Spiced Ale. This is a Disney exclusive, and if you know me, there is nothing I like as much as a signature beer made only for a theme park. That's it. That's true. That's the number one thing in my whole life. It's that. That's a lie. It's Jaws, Harry Potter, my dog, the love of my family and friends, Buzz Lightyear, and then that. That would be the list in order. Like I said, it's called the Kungaloosh, and if you are an old Adventures Club fan or know anything about SCA, the Society for Explorers and Adventures, then you know that that word has special meaning. You can get it here at Skipper Canteen, obviously. You can also get it at the Nomad Lounge, as well as Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. Places that have ties to SCA, you can get this signature beer. So cheers. I love this every time I get it. It looks really, really dark. And I'm not a huge dark beer drinker, but because it's an ale, it's not super dark. It's definitely lighter than like a Guinness, which is what it kind of looks like. It's lighter than an IPA. It's very refreshing. A little bit of extra, malty hoppiness compared to like a regular ale, but It's fabulous, it's easily drinkable, and on a hot day, it tastes great. I promised you a secret menu, and I'm delivering in what I believe is the best way, and that's secret menu cheese bread. This is Brazilian cheese bread, pounded queijo. They have this at Food and Wine, typically at the Brazil booth, which is one of my favorite things. It's this tapioca starch, delicious cheesy bread, but here it's even better because it's served with a chimichurri sauce and a poblano cream cheese. Merp, merp, merp. It's this really delicious, cheesy, starchy bread. Super cheesy. It's super delicious. It's super cheesy. The bread itself has a pretty mild cheese flavor, a little bit of nuttiness, but then you've got the sweetness from the chimichurri, the spicy from the poblano cream cheese. It definitely has a little bit of heat. So if you avoid heat, don't dip it in the cream cheese sauce or ask for that on the side. Just dip it in the chimichurri. But it's like a beautiful blend of cheese, a little bit of heat, a little bit of sweet. It is like, I love you. Brazilian cheese bread. This is like one of my favorite foods in Magic Kingdom. Not gonna lie. My entree has arrived, and this isn't an official secret menu item, but it's like a little bit of a secret menu item. It's like a secret-ish item. These are the Perkins Thai noodles, which are normally made with tofu. Again, this is your plant-based option, and it has seasonal vegetables, rice noodles, and it's in a spicy soy chili garlic sauce. However, on the menu, it suggests you can sub it for chicken if you'd like, or what's not listed on the menu, but my Skipper server told me about, for an upcharge, you could also swap that to steak or shrimp. So I did just that. I've got some of the steak here. She asked me how I want it cooked. I said medium rare. She said I thought you'd say on a grill. And then she also provided me chopsticks in case the waters get choppy or if I'm in a sticky situation. You guys know I'm not great at eating with these, so that'll be good. Alright, this should go well. She also said the noodles go on for Niles and Niles, and we're gonna be lucky if I can get one on these chopsticks. Are we doing it? We're doing it. Oh gosh, this is a huge bite now, isn't it? Oh, like a lasso. I'm just eating it. I'm embarrassing to even me, don't worry. Okay, I finally finished consuming the bite. That is very good. The steak is thin stripper steak. You can see, look. Woo, very good steak. It's a little on the chewier side, but it's got a lot of really good flavor. It's almost got like a sweet marinade. I feel like there's some sesame seeds on there. It's very, very good steak. The noodles are listed as being spicy. I don't find them particularly spicy and hot. I'm going to get some more Just Nudes real quick. And there's a huge mountain of them. Like, this is a very large portion of food. Yeah, I don't think they're super hot. Personally, I would give them like there's a little bit of heat. I'd put them on like a 5 on a scale. If you're completely spice averse and you don't like hot at all, I would skip them. But I wouldn't be like afraid of them. Nothing as hot as some of the stuff I ate in the hottest food video. Got a bunch of fresh veggies in here, some onion, carrot, and it's like pad thai with a little bit of heat. Delicious protein on top. Again, they do tofu with this. This is a very good meal. Now, they also have a really good steak here. They've got both a short rib and a hanger steak, like I pointed out. And I wouldn't say this is particularly adventurous if you've ever eaten like Asian cuisine, but some people haven't. So that's, again, why people are afraid of this restaurant. But this is quite tasty. It's not as good as the cheese bread, though. This is a coconut and vanilla chiffon cake topped with some lemon meringue. Looks tasty. I don't normally go for table service desserts, but this one looks pretty good. As a coconut fan, I enjoy it. It's got shredded coconuts. If you don't like coconut, you're not going to like this. It's a nice vanilla, very soft, fluffy vanilla cake. Then it's got those coconut shreds, and then the lemon is very nice as well. It is, my server warned me it was sweet. It's definitely sweet. It's not artificially sickly sweet, but it is definitely a sweet dessert. My coconut flake is good though. Nice little meringues, hold on. Ooh, that's yummy. That said, as delicious as this is, I cannot in good conscience recommend it because you're 16 steps away from the home of Dole Whip, including coconut Dole Whip. And as I often say, unless the dessert is included, if you're on the dining plan, which doesn't exist right now anyway, I usually say table service desserts are a pass just because you're one, probably full, 2, there's so many great snacky desserts out in the park. Again, Dole Whip's nearby, Citrus Swirl is nearby. You've got ice cream, you've got Mickey bars, you've got the confectionery and all the bakery case treats. So to me, there's like better treats out in the world than there usually are at a table service restaurant. That said, if you love coconut, if you like lemon, it's a very good dessert. I'm not disparaging it, but I would personally rather have a coconut tumble. Now, of course, again, we're in a Jungle Cruise themed restaurant. There are going to be jokes and puns and Easter eggs and sight gags all over the place. And there's one very good one right across from where I'm sitting. This is the Lost and Unfound, which is hilarious because obviously no one's found it yet. And there's a couple things I want to draw your attention to. First and foremost, if you look at that box, it says, warning, may contain live snake. If you look closely at who owns it, it's Jay Lindsay. That's Jock Lindsay, as in Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, as in Indiana Jones' personal pilot with a pet snake named Reggie, which you may remember from Raiders of the Lost Ark. So that's a very funny Easter egg right there. Again, we're tying in all the SEA places together, so we're going to connect to Indiana Jones and Jock Lindsay's. Also up here, you've got an explorer's hat, a life vest, a couple of different idols. But I think the snake box is the funniest. This is my favorite thing yet, is the Business Woman of the Year awards presented to Alberta Falls. Let's see, that's 32, 3, 5, 6. Her dad was winning it in the 20s and teen years. But then look, if you make it over to 37, they finally got Business Woman of the Year right. Also, it's giving me strong Woman of the Year awards when Ron Swanson wins. Here's my favorite detail in the restaurant, and it has nothing to do with SEA, but it has everything to do with Imagineers, including some of my favorites. If you look up at the doors right here on these offices, it's for Skipper Bill, Skipper Harper, and Skipper Mark. Skipper Bill is studying plant studies. This is a nod to Bill Evans, who was an Imagineer known for his horticulture expertise. He created the Jungle Cruise in Disneyland. He created the Jungle Cruise here. It was him who brought the Liberty Tree from over where near Animal Kingdom is, brought it and kept it alive to the Magic Kingdom. It's still alive to this day. It's over 100-year-old live oak, but he's the one who made the jungle here in Florida, so he is Skipper Bill over plant studies. We've got Skipper Harper right here over cartography. That is a nod to Harper Goff, who was an Imagineer that Walt Disney actually met in the UK when both of them bid on a train set. He is known for drawing maps, which is why he's over cartography. And then Skipper Mark is a nod to one of my favorite Imagineers, Mark Davis. What is his? Animal biological studies. As Mark Davis is known for his sense of humor. Basically, anything funny you see in an opening day or an old school Disney attraction with a sight gag was probably done by Mark Davis. So a lot of things on the Jungle Cruise, obviously, the guys running up the totem pole, some of the sight gags on Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, that was all Mark Davis. He's also known for being one of Walt Disney's 9 Old Men original animators, and he drew a lot of the ladies, such as Tinkerbell, Maleficent, and Alice. So love this nod to some of our OG Imagineers up here. And then if you look up way in the corner right there, you'll see another office store. It's for Albert Falls, the owner. He was the original owner of the Jungle Navigation Co. He is the founder of SEA. His daughter, Alberta, inherited it now. In addition to the Imagineer doors, this is my other favorite part. So there's a secret room right here past a secret bookshelf. But you got to come read some of the titles on the bookshelf, because some of them are nods to Imagineers and some of them are just funny puns. Kicking things off with a cannibal joke, because those never get old. Here's a book called Friends for Dinner by T. Sam. May Trader Sam never be forgotten from the original Jungle Cruise, but of course he was the head salesman of the jungle, so that's a good cannibal joke. We all love those. Primates of the Caribbean by Coates. That would be a nod to Claude Coates, one of the Imagineers who did things like the Haunted Mansion. The Mystery Castle by Cindy Ella, obviously a nod to Cinderella. Duckfist, are you watching? This one's for you. It's The Wildest Ride by J.T. Toad. Adore that one. You've got Meeting Royalty by Sklar. That's a nod to Marty Sklar, one of the Imagineers. He oversaw Epcot. He oversaw a lot of attractions here as well, including Carousel of Progress updates. Great Characters of World Literature by Jay Lasseter. That's a nod to John Lasseter, who is the founder of Pixar, director of Toy Story. Another good pun, Is This Deadly by Mort, Al. Mortal, get it? Crooning Flowers by Sherman and Sherman, a nod to the Sherman brothers, who wrote the famous song Tiki 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 Room, and the flowers croon in the Tiki 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 Room. That's a nod to them. They also wrote the music for Mary Poppins, Jungle Book, It's a Small World, very famous. The Overwhelming Dodo Population by Dr. Francis Extinct. because the dodo bird's of course extinct. And the last one I'll point out, Recipes of the Congo by B. Anna Banana. We love it. I could and have spent 30 minutes just reading all the books on the bookshelf. There's a lot of good jokes in here. Also, as we head into the secret room, you've got the SEA hats, the little Fez hats. And if you read them, some of them are pretty funny. There's Dr. Albert Falls right there. And then you've got like Albert the monkey has one, and his is a little bit smaller. The artwork in here is very cool as well. There's the temple that you go through when you're on the attraction, some different scenes of the attraction. But is that Dr. Alan Grant? Is this the crossover we've all wanted and never seen? Because I swear that looks like Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park. And he would totally be an SEA. So let me have this, even if that's not true. On the wall here in the secret room, you've got a couple of Dr. Albert Falls awards, like the discovery of the ancient Cambodian shrine that you go through on the Jungle Cruise, the official discovery of Schweitzer Falls, named after the famous historian Dr. Albert Falls. Get it? There's the joke. You all know and love the joke. Now you're seeing it right here. But Schweitzer Falls mentioned on Jungle Cruise as well. And then last but not least, he just got the Hightower Spirit of Adventure Award. An honor, truly. Another one of the rooms you could dine in, the dining room. What I love in this room, one, you have a little model of a Jungle Cruise boat on the mantle over there, but two, look at these incredible light fixtures. They're little parrots. They are giving me major Tiki Room vibes, and I actually love them. They feel very vintage. They feel very 20s. And I would like hang it in my house if I could. Do you think they would notice if I took one? Oh wait, I'm back at the bookshelf because some friendly skippers saw me sneaking around and taking pictures and stuff, and they were like, oh, did you see this thing? So here's another good one, True Life Adventures by Walter Elias Disney. That's what WED stands for. They let me know that anytime you see like the blank book with an insert animal here, it's by Kay Lively. He's the Imagineer that oversaw this restaurant, so that's really cool. And then where's this other one I loved? Oh, The Eyes of Mara by Jones. That is a direct link to the Indiana Jones Adventure attraction in Disneyland, and again, Indiana Jones with our SEA. And my new friend Skipper Jared told me that this book changed his life. He said, if you set your expectations low, you can never be disappointed. And that's, you know, that's words to live by. Fans of the Now Gone Adventures Club will be possibly familiar with some of these masks in the cases here inside the SEA room. Those are actual props from the Adventures Club at the former Pleasure Island. And in the case here, you've got the Balderdash Cup from the Adventures Club. Just ask the skippers to show you things and they can change your life. Obviously, I'm going to look at this bulletin board on the way out because you know there's going to be great little things to take a peek at, including a nod for Jingle Cruise, which is the Jungle Cruise overlay they do at the holidays. Let's see what else we got. Free kittens to a good home. Adorable, playful kittens have pretty stripes and are quite large. Contact the shipping office and take one home today, please. Something tells me those are tigers. There's a flyer to go visit the Enchanted Tiki Room. I love that. That is literally a coaster from Jock Lindsay's. Talk about crossover. If you were wondering what Dr. Albert Falls looks like, here he is right here. Very dapper gentleman. And here's a, Picasso-style painting of Alberta Falls, his daughter that took over the business, and her Businesswoman of the Year award, which we love to see. Final thoughts on Skipper Canteen. Overall, I think this is a very fun restaurant with a lot of great details. The menu's not for everybody. If you do not like Asian, South American cuisine, if that flavor profile, if those flavor profiles, multiple flavor profiles aren't for you, if you like more classic flavors, this is probably a skip for you. But if you're someone that likes a little bit more adventurous cuisine, then I think the food is very, very good. Most of it I do think is very moderately priced. I will say it was an $8 upcharge to add steak to the noodles, so I don't know if that was worth it, but they do have a steak, they do have a short rib, like I said, and I think the food, generally speaking, is very good quality for the cost, because this is not a signature restaurant. But for me, the real winner of coming into this restaurant is not only the ability to get an easy reservation, it's also often available as part of the walk-up list, but it's the fun atmosphere. I feel like Jungle Cruise Skipper Canteen is super duper underrated. I feel like people always want to go to Be Our Guest and Cinderella's Royal Table, and those places are wonderful for what they are, but Skipper Canteen is probably the best place that you could go in Magic Kingdom, that you're going to be able to get an easy reservation, you're going to get quality food every time, and you're going to enjoy yourself. Per usual, I had a lovely trek into the jungle eating at Skipper Canteen. I truly think this is the most underrated place to eat in the Magic Kingdom. I, for one, am one that likes to snack around the Magic Kingdom, and my real pro tip is to leave Magic Kingdom to eat at like Steakhouse 71 or Grand Floridian Cafe, both of which I actually prefer that food over this. However, if you want to eat in the Magic Kingdom, if you want a very cool experience, if you're a diehard Jungle Cruise fan, or you just want to eat delicious cheese bread, I don't think you'll be disappointed by Skipper Canteen. It's truly a hidden gem here in the jungles of Adventureland. What restaurant do you want to see reviewed next? Let us know down in the comments. In the meantime, friends, it's been magical. Now go watch my Steakhouse 71 review. Bye!